Good morning. In the last class, we had started partnership. Let us see the definition. Partnership is the relation between two or more persons who have agreed to share the profits of the business carried on by all or any of them acting for all. So, this is what I had discussed last. In case of partnership, we have to remember that a partnership firm may comprise of two or more people. The maximum number of partners in a firm is 50, but it may happen that any one of the partners are active and remaining partners only have given the name. So it is said all of them or any of them acting for all. It also happens that normally in a partnership all the partners are active, and in some cases, the remaining partners are not active. Any one or two partners are more active. So let us come to the features of partnership. Features of partnership forms are explained below. Formation. The partnership form of business is governed by Indian Partnership Act. It should be partnership form of business instead of firm. It is governed by Indian Partnership Act 1932. It comes into existence by legal agreement between the partners. That means partnership deed. So partnership deed is one of the documents or important documents in partnership, which is not compulsory, but normally a partnership firm has a partnership deed. In the partnership deed, the businesses or the partnership business laid down all the legal agreements which have to be followed by all the partners. Normally, this partnership deed has conditions of partners. That means who will work for how many hours or what will be his whose responsibility. It will also have the ratio of profit sharing among the partners. So if the partnership firm is earning 1 lakh profit, so 1 lakh will be divided in which ratio? It is not necessary that always partners will divide the profits equally, but they also can agree on some particular ratio. So the worker for a partner who is working more, the partner may get more share, and the partner who is working less may get less share in profits. The partners must enter into an agreement for carrying a lawful business. This is important feature. It should be a lawful business. That means in a partnership firm, nobody can enter into illegal business. If two or more people are joining hands to do any illegal business, we cannot say that they are partners. So legally they are not partners, although they are doing this illegal work jointly. So they should do a lawful business to be called actual partnership, and it should be with a motive of earning profit. If two or more friends are joining hands to do any social service, this is not partnership. That will be social work. If they are doing business for earning profit, then only it will be a partnership form of business. So, any charitable purpose or even any illegal activity, joining hands to do these are not partnership. Second is liability. The liability of all the members of partnership firm is unlimited. So this is a common feature in case of sole proprietorship as well as partnership. In sole proprietorship also, the liability is unlimited. That means to pay off the debts, the partners will have to sell their personal property if they are not able to pay the debts of the business from the property of the business. So, the partners are individually and collectively liable to pay back the debts of the firm. At the time of loss, if the firm's assets are not sufficient to pay back the debts, then creditors can claim over the personal property. So personal property may have to be sold in case they are not able to pay off the or the business cannot pay the debts of the business. So personal property of partners may be attached in case of a partnership. Risk bearing. The partners of the partnership firm share the profits of the firm in the ratio specified in the agreement. In case no ratio is specified in the agreement, then the profit is divided equally among all the members. Since they are bearing all the risk and they have unlimited liability, but in case of profit sharing, we have to remember that if the profit sharing ratio is not given in the partnership deed, or there is no partnership deed in the business, in that case, the profit of the firm will be divided among the partners equally. Next is decision making. All the partners are allowed to manage the partnership firm. They may specify the work area of each partner in the partnership deed also. Generally, day-to-day management is carried on by one or two partners, whereas for crucial decisions, all the partners are consulted. Normally, it happens that one of the partners is looking over financial activities, one of the partners is looking over production activities, one of the partners is looking over marketing, all these things. Somebody is looking over legal matters. Like this, they divide the work among themselves. But in case of any crucial decision which will affect the business, for example, in case of purchase of a new land or employment of people, these important matters are decided by the partners collectively. So all of them have to sit for a meeting and then decision making can be done. Continuity. The partnership firm continues till all partners decide to continue. This is partnership at will. Legally, it comes to an end at retirement or death of any one partner. So, partnership will continue until all the partners are continuing or they are alive. Suppose any one partner dies or any of the partners retire, that means leave the partnership. In that case, that particular partnership will come to an end. Suppose A, B, and C are partners. B dies or B retires. Anyone thing can happen. B may retire or die. In both the cases, the partnership between A, B, and C will come to an end. Now, remaining partners A and C will continue the partnership, and there will be a new understanding among A and C. So, that will be a new partnership among A and C. That means partnership between A, B, and C has come to an end. Even after retirement and death, also the partnership firm can continue if all remaining partners agree. So, firm or business will continue, but the partnership will come to an end. So, in that case, they settle the claim of outgoing partner and then continue with the business. So, in case of retirement, the outgoing partner will take his capital share of profit or anything which he is liable, and the remaining partner will have a new partnership, new understanding. Number of partners, remember this carefully because earlier the numbers were different. In old books it was different. Today it is new. The minimum number of partners to form partnership firm are 2 and maximum as per section 464 of Companies Act 2013. So remember, till 2013 it was maximum 10 and 20 in case of banking companies, but now according to Companies Act 2013 is 100 subject to number prescribed by government, but as per rule 10 of Companies Act 2014. So this we will remember the last line. As per rule 10 of Companies Act 2014, the maximum number prescribed by government is 50. So we will always remember that maximum number of partners in partnership firm can be 50. Next is mutual agency relationship. Mutual agency comes from the word agent. Partners are the agent of partnership firm. Every partner is owner as well as agent of the firm and agent of other partners. The acts of one partner are binding over on other partners. Each partner is entitled to take part in management and enter into contract with outsiders. The contract signed by any one partner is binding on other partners. Partnership business can be carried on by all the partners or by any of them acting on behalf of others. So this particular thing is the meaning of this line that any one of them acting for all. So it will happen that suppose on any legal document, one of the partners out of A, B and C have signed, then if only A has signed, B and C also has to follow whatever A has signed on that written document. Whatever written on that document or legal document, B and C also have to agree, because they are binding upon the acts of A. So each partner is each other's agent as well as principal. So these are the features of partnership form. Let us come to the advantages. A partnership firm has following merits. Easy to form. It is very easy to form a partnership firm as no legal formalities are required to be completed. Even registration of partnership firm is not compulsory according to Partnership Act. So as in case of sole proprietorship, partnership is very easy to form. Two friends can form a partnership and they can start a business. No legal formalities are required. That means they are not required to register the partnership form, neither they should compulsorily have any partnership deed. Although there are some merits of partnership deed, that means it is advised to the partners to have a partnership deed, but to have a partnership deed is not compulsory. They can run the business without any partnership deed also. Then balanced decision making. In partnership, the partners can divide the work according to their skill and knowledge. The division of work leads to specialization and efficiency in management and other activities of the firm. So this is the advantage of partnership firm. As in case of sole proprietorship, as we discussed, that one man cannot be expert in everything. He cannot be expert in management as well as finance as well as production as well as legal matters. But in partnership, if there are 4 or 5 partners, they can divide the work according to their knowledge and expertise. So if somebody has legal knowledge or law, he will look after legal matters. If somebody has financial knowledge, he will look after finance. If somebody is chemical engineer, production engineer, he will look after production. Like this, they will divide the work according to knowledge and they will become experts in each field. So expertise is obtained in case of partnership, and this leads to specialization. Specialization is becoming expert in any matter, and this will improve the efficiency of management and activities in the business. Because as in case of any sports also, you will observe that if one person is playing and he is only batting, he will become expert in batting, he will be expert batsman. One person, if only he is concentrating on bowling, he will become expert bowler. But you will not find that one person is expert in both bowling as well as batting. So you can be expert in any one thing, either bowling, either batting. So in any business also, one person can be expert only in one matter, either production, either finance, either advertising, either marketing, all these things. Then larger financial resources. In partnership form, all the partners contribute some amount of capital. As a result, the financial resources of partnership firm are larger than the sole proprietorship firm or joint Hindu family business. Since the capital is coming or money is coming from different sources, as there can be 4 or 5 partners or more partners, so more are the number of partners, more sources of capital and finance are there, and that is why more capital is obtained in case of a partnership business apart from sole proprietorship, which has only one source of business, since there is only one person or owner of the business. So large finance can be obtained in case of partnership business. And even in case of Hindu undivided family also, it is finance of only one family. So there is a limitation of finance in case of Hindu undivided family. Risk sharing in sole proprietorship firm, only one person has to bear the risk, Whereas in partnership form, all the partners share the risk in same ratio as they share profit. The sharing of risk motivates partners to undertake riskier projects and earn more profit. Now, since they are sharing the risk, as in case of sole proprietorship, the entire loss has to be borne by the single person, and he may have to sell his personal property. But in case of partnership, the risk is divided among all the partners. So suppose there is a loss of 1 lakh rupees in the business. In case of partnership, that will be divided among the partners. So among there are 4 partners, 1 lakh will be divided among 4 partners. Each one of them will bear 25,000. And the 1 lakh rupees loss in case of sole proprietorship will be borne by the single person. So there is a difference that you can divide the risk among many people in partnership. Secrecy. Partnership firm is not required to publish its accounts. Therefore, the affairs of partnership firm remain secret. On the other hand, all the activities of partnership firm are carried on by the partners. Only they take all major decisions, so there are no chances of leakage of trade secrets. So if the partners rely on each other, if they are trustworthy and they do not leak the secrets to others, in case of partnership, there is no chance of leakage of business secrets to outsiders. They do not have to publish the books of accounts in the newspapers. So nobody knows the details of the business except the partners. So if they are honest enough not to disclose the facts to outsiders, the partnership firm also has advantage of trade secrecy. So these are the advantages of partnership firm. So with this topic, we conclude the class today. In the next class, we will discuss the demerits of partnership. Thank you.